You're live on Facebook.
Okay.
Just check my hair.
That's going on to YouTube.
channel.
Okay.
We on, yeah?
Yep. Yep, that's you. Chris Farrell just joined the meeting. Yep, so you're live on everything now.
Wicked.
Go ahead.
Welcome everyone. You all wanted to come to the Sunday class. Now you're here. Right, let's go. Let's start with the warm up.
You've got a professor here.
This is the biggest class.
No pressure.
Right, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Let's go, guys.
7, 8, 9, 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8,
Can't hear you.
10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Press ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Straighten our backs, speed this warm up. 20 chokes, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Elbows to the knee. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Opposite side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Let's go triangles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Chin to chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Knees to shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Bridges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Let's go hip escapes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Nice. More. Break falls. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Stretch bodies out. You had one instruction, stay within the square.
Sorry.
Come on, one in, one out. Can only see my head on that. Which one? On the
That slipped on the banger.
yeah.
We're going to get another one of each.
Into butterfly. Yeah, that's better.
We're going to order one of these. Put a tape in front.
I've got
Stop it slipping because every time you move one, it will vibrate.
Stretch out, back straight. Into splits. Wide as you can go. Forward. Over to the left. And to the right. Take it back now, yeah? Roll over onto your spine. Rock back a couple of times. Go all the way over. Just do your own stretches, get a quick drink and then we'll get started. Ready? Right, so anyone that was here and tuned in yesterday to the no-gi class that James did with me, we're going to do a similar sweep stroke takedown, but with the gi this time. So yesterday in no-gi, we went 2-on-1, and we sat into butterfly guard. This time, we're already going to be in butterfly guard. You can pull into butterfly guard like this, but it's really weak because they can just straight away foot to the side and start passing the guard. So this time, what we're going to do is we're going to be, we'll swap sides. We're going to be in this familiar position on the bottom where I've got my hand out so that I can control distance. I can use my foot if I want to, and I can come up, or I can technically stand up, which I know is a really, really basic move, but a really important one. This time, I'm going to be on the bottom, and my partner's ready to approach the guard, and I'm going to grip. The most important thing when you're on the bottom is to establish a guard, be it butterfly, de la riva, reverse de la riva. We've got to establish a grip. So straight away, I'm going for the collar. And with this, I really want to pull my opponent down. I don't just want to be lazy, and I don't want to be low down here. I really want a decent grip and quite high. Bit like what James was saying yesterday, I don't want to be doing this because I'm overreaching, I've got no real stance, it's just not a good position for us to be in. So at the moment, I'm just in butterfly and I'm monitoring. And we did this last Sunday where the opponent was just moving around and we were tracking them and we were switching. And then every now and then, I'd place up, I'd place back, just so that the partner can't establish a grip. So I want us to do that again, but this time when the partner comes down to establish, that's when I get my grip. I'm not overreaching, it's there, and I'm pulling down straight away and breaking that posture. Now the partner doesn't want to be in this position because I can start to collar drag into the side. There's lots of different things that I can do. So straight away they address this grip and they pull up like this. So I pull her right down, and then as she comes up, I use that momentum to go ankle pick into a nice sweep, straight takedown. It really only works, and you'll do this with your partner, be it now or at a future date, and you'll find that, it doesn't work, Dave. You know, I'm coming up and the foot is planted on the floor, and it will be if you don't get the reaction right. So when I'm here, I'm pulling down, and as she's posturing up, that's when the weight is off the foot, and I can come into a sweep. If my partner's up, just come into the centre. If my partner's up, and I pull down, and she comes up, and then I go, it's too late, the momentum's gone, because what my partner wants to do is strip this grip and start to pass. So I'm using the momentum of her coming up to grab the foot at that time. So I'm here, and then when I'm ready, I'm going into a nice sweep. In order to do this, it's really important that you get used to this movement. Here, where I come up, we were doing this yesterday. So I've got my foot tucked in. If I'm like this, I can't get up. It's really clunky. I have to put my hand here to come up. I just want to be here, straight up. And I'm using the collar and the weight of my opponent coming back to pull me up at the same time as grabbing the foot. So just want you to do that 5 times on each side, just like this. Up, up, and it does feel awkward. You might need to assist with your hand initially, but just get used to this solo jiu-jitsu movement. Same as the technical stand-up, it's the same concept, but we're using it with the sweep. We do it on both sides to come up. So one last time. Here, I'm already here and I'm playing butterfly guard. That straight away, go, my foot's back and I'm pulling here. Now I come up here into a nice sweep and we get the points. Don't really want to be in this position where we're in the guard, but I was on the bottom and now I'm on the top and I'm 2 points up and I'm ready to start passing. Okay, just 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes, practicing that and then we'll move on to the next move. Oh.
People are struggling with
Do you want to go?
Any better?
Yeah.
So right.
Yeah. The other really important thing here, and it's really good to demonstrate it on Pippa here, is her body position. So if you look, and I can see it in the video, the spine's pretty straight, which is okay, but it's not ideal. She really wants to emphasise the fact of the spine being forward and a hand back as a prop. Excuse me. And now it's really difficult for me to push her over. If the hand's not there and she's pretty straight, it's really easy for me to just push her onto her back. So it's really important, it's a really basic move, but a really important one, that the hand's back and the spine is forward and she's got this hand for distance. Now I can put all my weight into her and she won't go over. As soon as the prop moves and her back's backwards, it's really easy to just push her over. So you never want to be in a position where she's too far back, because I'll push. She also doesn't want to be too far forward, because it's really easy to just pull and come to the back, which is what we learned in one of Victor's seminars. So you'll get a feel for this position, and you just want to track your opponent here, no matter where I go. She's got this hand out, so I can't just close the distance, and she's got her hand back for support. When I go the other way, she'll switch her legs round. No. And this is really good to show that, because it can feel awkward. So just stand up. Depending which way you go, I'll go this way. When you go that way, I'll swap, because I always want to be able to come up into singles or whatever it may be. Just get used to switching depending on the direction my opponent goes. So I've got the foot back and I've got the foot forward here. And now I'm ready to go. Yeah. Go.
Should we do it?
Yeah. Nice. Again. Go again. Really emphasise the pull down. Now, when I'm going.
Yeah.
Yeah, much better. Yeah, much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel it pulling me up.
Yeah. Good. Right, just get a drink. Just finish practicing the one that you're on, and we'll move on into a nice sweep from butterfly. Okay, do you want a drink?
Alright.
Okay, good one. Into your knees.
Oh.
Actually stand. This time, our opponent is going to approach our guard differently. So we're going to be in the same position here. I don't know how we got here. We might have started the roll like this, or I might have pulled guard and my opponent stripped all my grips. But I'm back in this position here. My back's forward, my prop's back, and I've got my hand out. This time, my opponent is a bit smarter and doesn't want to pass on the feet. So they're going to come down to the knees and they're going to start trying to pass me on my knees, which is something, if you roll with me, you'll find that I do quite a lot. I like to pass on the knees because I feel like I'm not going to get swept as much. It's not a fact of the matter, but I just feel more comfortable passing on the knees. So this is quite nice for when we're in this position, because it allows me to get the same collar grip here. So I'm going cross collar, I'm not got the same side, I've gone cross collar here. Just switch just to there, here. And as you can see, Pippa, when she approaches the guard, as would I, is we're going to start trying to establish grips. So straight away, I want this collar sleeve grip here. And I'm quite far away at the moment, and Pippa is leaning in, which isn't good for her. She would never want to be like this. She'd want to be nice and compact on her knees, like here, ready, yeah, nice. So now what we're going to do is we never want to be in a collar sleeve grip straight. We always want to be on an angle, ready to attack, be it triangle, be it omoplata. Doesn't really matter what we do, but we need to be on the side on an angle. This time what we're going to do is just a nice sweep. So I'm here, morning butterfly on my side, and I'm bringing my knee into the chest with this grip, and I'm bringing this foot to the outside. And it's called a scissor sweep, because you scissor your legs. But really importantly, I need to load my partner up before I can do it. And this hand needs to be pulled here as well. It's no good this, because as I go to sweep her now, she just bases out with this hand because I've not got the control. So when I pull this, pull her in, load her up, I kick with my right leg and I scissor with my left, and she goes over here and I can come straight into mount. A really, really basic sweep, but one that you'll catch on everyone depending on your partner's posture. Just come back a little bit. So again, partner's passing me on my knees. I could be here, I could be in like a half guard here with a knee shield. Doesn't really matter, the concept is the same. I need a nice grip. I'm not going too high, I'm not trying to choke her, I'm not around here. I've just got a nice grip in line with the shoulder. And this is really important because I can control distance with Pippa. She starts trying to pressure into me. I use my knee and I use my arm to reinforce this shield, this frame. And then I take this base away with this grip here. I'm not out here, I'm just bringing it in so that the hand or the elbow is not able to touch the mat. And then I bring my left leg out, I load, and then I scissor here, and I come up into position to one, get the sweep, and two, get into a mount, 4 points, on top of my 2 for the sweep. And I'm here. One concept that I was going through last Sunday, if you just go onto your feet and onto your hands, but bend over like this. Yeah? Yeah. Whenever you do any sweep, always imagine your partner like this. And we've got basically like a stool or a table. And it's a really simple thing, which I picked up from an instructional video that I watched. But it really solidifies the concept of the sweep and how you get a sweep. So here now, if your opponent at any point has got all 4 points on the floor, which is base, then it's really, really difficult for me to sweep her over, no matter which way I push. Here, the 2 back legs are there. If I go to the front and I try and push her that way, the 2 hands are there. This side, a foot and a hand. If we go this way, she's got a back leg. If we go this way, she's got her other leg. Now, if we take one of the bases away, and she just keeps that there, if I try and sweep her this way, same, can't go. Try and sweep her this way, can't go. This way, still can't push her over. However, I now push her in the direction of where her base has gone, and straight away she'll go over. And it doesn't matter which base you take away. If she takes a back leg, and I push in that direction, it's impossible for the person to not be swept. So no matter what sweep we're doing, in this case a scissor sweep, what am I doing? Straight away, I'm taking this base away with this grip, And the next one I'm taking is this leg with this foot. And now, it's really important that I sweep her in the direction of where the bases have gone. So if I try and sweep her this way, I'm never going to do it because all the bases are that way. Whereas now when I go here, I load up and there's no base and there's no way that you can stop the sweep. And it's the same with the butterfly sweep. When we come here, when we come in, I take a base away here. It's really important I don't sweep her that way because she's just going to stand this leg out. So when I go, even if she stands that leg out, if I sweep her in the direction of where the arm is, it's really difficult for her to stop the sweep. So just a scissor sweep one last time and then we're going to move on to a nice finish. So we're here, doesn't matter where my feet are positioned, ultimately I'm bringing her in, I'm loading onto my knee, I'm bringing the foot out, I'm pulling, I'm loading, and I'm scissoring here to come up into mount. So just practice that a couple of times with your partner, and then we'll move on. You have a go. Yeah.
And now going like that.
Yeah, but see how you are on your back.
Yeah, a little more.
You never want to be on your back, yeah. Yeah. And this wants to come out and want to be there. Because one, I want to crush it, or I want to kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now this is a frame. You can reinforce that frame with the arm. And if I try and come into it, you could frame out with this and with the leg. And I've now got no base because you took my hand and my elbow away. And if you try and sweep me when I'm back like this, I know the sweep's coming, so what the person does is they go like this. And you'll never get it down because all the weight is back. So it's a timing move. It's a really, really simple move and it's a really, really effective move. Catch it on really high level people that you roll with. But if you don't catch it when the weight is coming into you, like hit, now it's really easy to sweep. Yeah?
Yeah.
Go again.
So I'm like this, got that.
Yeah.
I do this to that makes it on the outside.
Just think of it as a knee
And
shield.
I put that in the frame.
Yeah. But my weight's back now.
Yeah.
So what you need to do is you need to scoot in. Yeah, and now pull me up. Yeah, that's all you need. All you need now is my weight over. Yeah, but see what you do before. Yeah? Yeah. And now, because this foot is too high, it's going to be really hard. You're going to scissor me to the ceiling. You want to be scissoring. Yeah, now you're going to scissor me to the side. But now my weight is back again.
So
now I'm up here. Now it's easier to. Yeah. It should be an effortless sweep. Yeah, and it is a technique thing because all you're doing with your legs is that. But if you don't load the person, you don't take the base away, and you try and chop the person's leg here, then it's never going to work. It really needs to be low, it needs to be scissoring, and I really need the weight here. Now it's effortless. It's just that to sweep them over. I know I'm bigger than you, but the sweep is an effortless sweep, as all sweeps should be. Minimum amount of effort, maximum amount of leverage, all around timing and weight distribution. You're never going to get the guy if you try now, if I do it to you. So now you know, because of where my feet are positioned, he's going to go scissor sweep. I could probably force it because of my strength in my legs, but I'm going to use so much energy to do it, and now all your weight is back. I'm like, I can force it a little bit because I've got this base and I'm pulling, but you just put your weight in the other way. That's no good. Now when I go here, now you can't stop it. I know straight away I can sweep you now, even if you try and put your weight back. Just because of the weight distribution. Yeah? So it's a timing thing. Okay, now we're just going to move on to a nice finish. Carrying on from Richie Lapel, We're going to use the lapel to finish, which I quite like to do because I feel like we've got some good control and it gives us a number of options. So just lie, put your head that way on your back. And this way. Yeah. This time when we're in side control, here, and it doesn't really matter where my opponent's arms are. Obviously, I do want underhook and I do want crossface into a normal side control position. And a couple of weeks ago, if you were in the class, you saw where we were using our opponent's lapel to trap the arm and go into a choke. Well, this time we're going to use our own lapel to do a choke, which is really nice because sometimes when you're fiddling around with this, they know what's coming if they're quite experienced because they know what type of things you can do with this lapel. Whereas this time when we're here, we're going to use our own right side. So the arm that's got the underhook is the side of the lapel that we're going to use. And it may be in, it may be out, it doesn't really matter. But the point is, I need to make sure that I've got access to my own side lapel. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll switch over, and with this arm, I'll switch my hips here, and then I can pull it out. It's really difficult for my opponent to move. I've got my foot back, so she can't just bridge me over. I've got all my weight on here. I've got my lat into her face, and I'm making her look this way because she wants to bridge into me this way. And it just gives me the option of pulling my lapel out, and then I come back here into side control. And now my lapel is here ready. When I'm ready, sometimes what I'll do, and I know that Professor does this because he's done it to me, is, and Theo, little Theo does this all the time, is you put it in your mouth here, because they can't see what I'm doing with my hands, and it'll just be here in my mouth or just here by my head. Because the fight now with my opponent is to stop the choke. They know the choke's coming because they can see the lapel. So this is where we need to really be active with getting it in. So I'm here, I've switched my hips back, I've pulled it out, it's in my mouth, and I'm back here. When I'm ready, I pass it to my cross-face hand, and I'm going over here. I'm not going under the arm, I'm going straight to my hand here. Obviously, I've got no weight on my opponent at the moment, but when I do this in live, and I've caught a lot of people with this choke, you should have all your weight on them, and we're just passing it here, and I come back to my control. It's all about control. If I ever lose the position of the body, I abandon the choke because I need to make sure that I can keep my partner under control. I would never be like here and then straight away she shoots an underhook and starts coming out and I lose the position. I would never do that. First and foremost, position before submission. So I need to make sure that my opponent is secure. When I feel that the opponent's secure, everything is tight here. I switch my hip, I pull it out, I come here, I might put it in my mouth, I might just rest it here, and I switch my hips back here, and I'm back in a nice position. The lapel's already here now. I can even feed it straight to my hand here. When I'm ready, I'm gonna block the hip with my right hand, the hand that was on the underhook here, and I'm gonna start to come round as I pull this hand under, and where I want to be or where I want to finish is my head here, but obviously with the grip of the lapel. So I'm here. Just be careful if you're doing this on a live opponent because it's a choke that comes on really quick and it is a little bit cranky, but it is a legitimate choke. You can use it. There's no reason not to use it. It's just one of those ones that comes on really, really quickly. So just be careful. I'm right at the end of the lapel here. I don't want to go too deep on it. I want to be right at the end. And then when I'm ready, so I'm here, I'm inside control, I pass the lapel to my cross-face hand with a palm down grip like I normally would. My hand goes to block the hip so that they can't just hip out. And then straight away, I dive my head to to this side, and I get a tap. And that's before I even get my head down. Pippa's already tapping. So just show that again. I'm in normal side control. I've got my underhook and I've got my crossface. Make sure when you're in side control as well, you really emphasise this crossface because my opponent wants to come back into me. She wants to come here, she wants to start getting a knee back. And I use this crossface to make sure that she's looking that way, which makes it really difficult for her to hip out that way. So I'm here. When I'm ready, hand over the head, grip the tricep, and I sit with all my weight. Roger Gracie does this all the time. And I've got all my weight back into my opponent. Just come back this way. So I've got all my weight back into my opponent here. I've got this foot back, so she can't just bridge me over. If I'm lazy with this foot, and she does a really big bridge, I end up getting rolled over, and I'm in a really, really bad position. This way. So I'm here, I step, and I'm making sure that this arm is right in her neck, and I'm heavy on her head. And I'm being kind to Pippa at the moment, but I would be really unkind in a roll with this. I'm going to put all my weight here, but it allows me to get my lapel out, pass it here, back, under the head, control, suck her in, cross face again, make it uncomfortable. When I'm ready, I'm just going to pass the lapel and come back to side control. Again, emphasise the fact that I'm right at the bottom of it, I'm not going too deep. When I'm ready, I'm blocking the hip with my hand, right up against the hip with the arm and the shoulder, and I start to come round. I'm not coming up and taking all my weight off her, I'm staying nice and low. I know that the choke's already coming on, Pippa's getting ready to tap, and then I'm coming round, head down, to here, we pull to get the finish. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay? So give that a go. You want to go? Yeah. So side control.
Right, and then I go like that.
Set this leg back. No, this one. No. Yeah. So now this leg's going to use as a base.
Yeah.
Now you want your lapel, yeah? Not mine.
Can I get that?
Yeah. Come back into side control.
Oh.
Underhook the head.
Yeah.
Pass to that hand. Yeah. You're too deep. Now you don't want to go too deep, otherwise it's really difficult to get it around the neck.
And then I block.
Hand to the hip, on the floor, on the mat. And now you want to put your head to the other side of my body. Yeah. And really pull that through. Yeah. So at the same time, as you're moving round, you're also pulling this lapel up. Otherwise it stays too loose and you don't get the finish. So as I'm moving round, my head, because it's my own lapel, as I'm moving my head to this side, I'm also revving like a chainsaw, getting a chainsaw going. I'm pulling it as I come back round. Go again.
What's keeping down?
The weight. You're keeping the weight on me.
Okay, so like that. Go
Pass this over.
like that. And then it will help.
This side, yeah?
Yeah.
This side.
This side. And then come back through.
Control the head.
And cross face.
Yeah.
And then
Hand
I'm
to
gonna
hip.
block the hip.
Yeah, keep your weight on me. No. That way. That way. Keep going. And then you'll see what happens with this is when it gets pulled round, this bit of the lapel cuts off this artery, and then you can't see it, but because the arm ends up here, this arm kills this artery. But if she doesn't move her head to this side of my body, and she doesn't keep my body flat, then when she goes now, I just come up, and there's no choke. So when you keep all the weight on me, and you pull this at the same time, The same time as you move around, it's a really super tight choke. It's a really good tight choke. So I'll just show you one more time. You don't need to do this back step if the lapel's already out. If the lapel's here, and I'm just rolling, I can see it here, and I just pull it straight through. And it's a really quick finish. I'm not going, right, step 1, step 2. I'm going here, and when I'm ready, I go, and I finish straight away. And it comes on really quickly. Give that a couple of goes, and then we're going to be closing it down for some Q&A if there are any. If not, we're pretty much on our 40 minutes for Zoom. Okay?
I've got Zoom off it.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, so I'm fucking not got problems.
How do you know if you've got any questions? I don't think there will be, but...
I've got my camera. Just sort of listen to it.
Do you like that choke?
Yeah.
We're only 3 hours in.
Does someone say lapels? Is that rich? Yeah.
What's he say?
Did someone say lapels?
Awesome, guys. So, you know, thanks to Coach Dave and Pippa coming in to help.